red bottle, black China, black. I spent your rent on some new diamonds. I dropped out the ton out of coupe driving. Ooh, pull out 300s to flex on them. That pussy piece with a check on them. Get the bitch, they all love it. They look at my watch and it's all color. Blue money, white diamonds.
Okay, sometimes I got to get up and do a spin because y'all think I'm just a fat old lady that be sitting in front of the camera trying to hide her body. No, that's not it. That's why they be calling my ass the Ebony Cougar. And I'm like, Ebony Cougar? I don't want none of these young dudes around here. Ain't none of these young dudes doing anything for me. Well, my wife is 10 years. Anyway, let's talk about what we here to talk about, okay? Hey guys, hey, this is Nay. Follow me on IG, Periscope, Twitter, Spreaker, and support me on Patreon and Nayrob on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment respectfully, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell down to your right, so you can be notified of all my up-and-coming videos. Now, let's talk about Charlamagne the God. Okay, so if you all don't know, okay, I follow Star. You know, Star is like the biggest asshole in media, right? There's no bigger asshole. In fact, Charlamagne the God said that he looked up to Star, right? If y'all don't know who he is, child, just Google him on YouTube. He'll tell you exactly who he is, and he won't hold cards about it. If it ain't associated to the paper, F you. Okay? But, in a way, I respect it because you know what you're dealing with off the rip, right? But he's not always an asshole. He have his moments where he is very respectful to those who I guess he feels deserves respect, right? But this morning, he had a young lady on the line because every morning, if you don't follow him on YouTube, which you should, because it can be entertaining sometimes, and sometimes it can get on your nerves. But when he getting on my nerves, I just hit the stop button and move on to something else. But he had a young lady by the name of Jessica who claimed to be a victim of rape that was associated to Charlamagne the God. Let me give him a note. So this incident that was substantiated by documents, okay, happened in 2001 when she was 15 years old, right? And her claims were that Charlamagne the God drugged her and her friend and raped her. Okay. Now, at the time that she did the interview, the interview with Star, or in this moment right now, she is 32 years old. She has a career. She didn't state what her career was, but she said that she had been dealing with PTSD of that situation for 15 years. Said that she wasn't present during the hearing, which I don't believe that a 15-year-old should be. Now, y'all know what I did in my past, and I was in court, and I seen situations where, the teenager or the victim was in court. I mean, that is a devastating event for a child to have to go through. But then, the event itself is devastating. So to have the young lady there during the hearings and suppose it doesn't go the way you want it to go, I mean, that is truly a devastating event. But so she said she wasn't present, but her mother and her uncle actually went to the hearing, right? The thing about the young lady is that if you're asking yourself the question, okay, why now? She says that for this amount of time, the 15 years, she just wants closure. And later on, Star basically said to her, you're going to have to find closure within yourself because there may never be the outcome that you would like, which is true. Some people who search for closure for devastating events, and you look to find them in other people, other situations, in your environment, the choices you make in life, the people who you choose to be with. Sometimes you look for closures in things outside of yourself, when in actuality the closure is already within you. It's just you have to hone in on it and nurture it, right? So then, according to her, he just got probation. Now, remember, I remember Charlamagne the God mentioning it or just breezing over situations, because I do follow the Breakfast Club also, where he was breezing over the fact that, he was in a situation like this, and it's obviously this is the situation, where he was saying that, he beat the case. Now, let me tell you something, like I said, because you know what I used to do. She said that the young man was offered probation, right? Now, this is the thing. Sometimes immature men believe that beating the case is just not receiving jail, right? But if he was offered probation, there's a chance that he was offered a probation before judgment, which is strange for such a charge, because it was some hefty charges, but when you get a probation before judgment, which I believe may have been the case in this, because if his record is clean, or if he considers he beat the case, the only thing that I could see as to why he would say he beat the case is that he was put on something that's called probation before sentencing or probation before judgment, where they put you on a time of probation. If you do well while you're on that time of probation, then the courts put you in a situation where you can get the charges non pros. But like I said, that's kind of strange, because those were hefty charges associated with that young lady. But I digress. It's just strange to me for him to say that he beat the case. She said after the situation went to court, all of a sudden she started seeing him in the media. That's when his career had started taking off. And then she said that kind of like provoked feelings inside of her. I don't know if provoke is the right word, but it initiated feelings inside of her that, it put her in a bad frame of mind, because, you know what this man did to you, how you feel about the situation. And then to see him prosper, I think is what is causing her so much pain on the inside, because who wants to see the person everywhere that you're a victim to, that you have been a victim to? And, you don't have to look at the Breakfast Club, but because Charlamagne the God is growing so quickly and so large in his career, sometimes you don't have a choice. If she want to watch a show on HBO and then all of a sudden you see the promotion for his new show on HBO. I mean, how do you get past on this? When he was in court and the situation came up where she was 15 years old, and, I think at the time he might have been 23, or he was 23. And when the question came up, well, did you know how old she was? He said it was consensual. Now, I don't know in South Carolina, all my naysayers that are in South Carolina, maybe you need to tell me if the consensual age is 15, because I'm like, I don't care how much a 15-year-old give me consent to touch on, his balls or squeeze on her titties, whatever it is, that I'm with that day. Y'all know me. But I don't know if that's the case in South Carolina. I mean, what's the consensual age in South Carolina, guys? She recanted the story is that her and her friend Malika was invited by Charlamagne the God, and that he told her that it was just a pool party. To go back a little more, she knew Charlamagne the God through somebody else. Charlamagne had actually met with, I think, her mother and her brother. He went to the house 3 times, met the mother. The second time, she was not there, and he met the brother. And then the third time was when he picked her up to take her to the pool party, right? So she had already established a friendship with the guy. Charlamagne the God, according to her, had interest in her, but she was like, I'm not feeling him. And girl, I don't blame you, I don't blame you. And I don't doubt that. You know, it's not like, look, I don't doubt that because he's an asshole now, and I'm sure he was an asshole then that looked unattractive then. An unattractive asshole at 23, the same unattractive asshole that he is. She said she got to the pool party. It was dark by the time he picked him up, right? And Charlamagne had fixed him a drink. And all she could remember was the friend Malika, or was it Malika? I think it was Malika, had took the drink and she felt sick and started throwing up. Jessica already took the drink. Jessica had started feeling ill after she cleaned her. All she remembered was just her legs went weak, and that's it. That's when she was like, okay, I remember him being on top of me and penetrating me. And I was like, oh shit, y'all. I didn't got what's that word? They didn't put the damn Mickey flick on my ass before too. I told y'all about that story where them police put the Mickey flick in my drink, child, and they was trying to get me, child, but I woke up from that nightmare, honey. Oh no, what you won't do is get me. But that young lady wasn't so. Star asked her, okay, well, you were 15 and you wasn't supposed to drink. You know, that was something that he put in there. And she was like, well, yeah. But Charlamagne was like, well, you could trust me. Listen, I've talked about this subject before. The only person that can be responsible for you is you. Stop relying on other motherfuckers to be responsible for you. Because when it all goes down, you gonna be standing there alone, looking around for the motherfuckers that said they was gonna be there for you. I trusted him because he met my mom, he met my brother on the way to the pool party. After he picked me and Malika up, we traveled to his house. I met his father, and then we went to the party. So I trusted him. So when he offered me a drink, I wasn't thinking that he was going to, Mickey flick me. Well, that's probably what she was thinking. And, she's young. She's young. But the young girl wasn't stupid. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, she was hot in the pants. She was, too young to be out there playing with grown men, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what to tell you. The best thing I could do is be real about my situation. When I was 15, 16 years old, if I could sneak out the house and be somewhere, then hey, shasta la vista, But it took for me to be in some situations before I learned. Like when she was talking about when she got to the party, she was like, it was more men than women. And at that point right there, I hope there was never a situation like that again, because when you go to a party, young ladies, young naysayers, when you go to a party and you see that there's more men than women, that's a problem because anything could go left. Now, I know what you're saying. We don't want to be in a party with a whole bunch of bitches. Hey, with that, I agree with that, because us ladies, we want the attention on us, right? But listen, whenever you're at a party and there's a whole bunch of men, they're not there to meet their girlfriend. They're there to get an opportunity. So after the situation that happened, Charlamagne probably zhuzhed all over her, maybe even her girlfriend. They don't remember nothing. And went out front. Okay. But someone called 911. She believed that the people that rolled up on her, she doesn't know where this person came from or where the car came from or anything. She don't know if they was in the party or not. But whoever it was had a good heart. Because, a lot of people don't want to be bothered with that BS, right? A lot of people do not want to be bothered with the BS. Be like, oh, this bitch look crazy. Or she look like something happening. What I won't do is catch the charge on the bullshit because she might be crazy. Next minute she be accusing me of rape. So I kind of dig it, but I commend them for wanting to help. So let me say this about South Carolina also, and I'm going to close it up. When I was like, okay, well, why don't you go after him? In South Carolina, the statute of limitations is this. It's 6 years past the age of 21. So she did not choose to pursue it while she was in that bracket between 21 and 27. She chose not to do it. For whatever reason, you know, I'm not going to knock her. I'm not going to be like, well, she should have did it. Hey, everybody has different ways of handling situations in life. I don't even understand why now the young lady decided to do it now. It's court documents to substantiate what she's saying, but I don't understand. Star was even like, what if Charlamagne contacted you and was like, hey, you know, I'm going to give you this piece of money to recant or retract everything that you told Star. What would you do? She said, I don't want no money from that man. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's true, you know, but Star cleared himself by putting that in there. Star's about 53, 55 years old. He may be an asshole, but he's very smart. The link to Star's video in the description bar. And I want you guys to tell me what you think about it, because I don't really have a thought on it at all. I don't really know what to say, because young ladies put themselves in that situation all the time. I hope, you know, that by her speaking on it, maybe it'll help at least one or two people not to put themselves in the same situation. But, you know, sometimes people don't know that the oven is hot until they touch it. At any rate, guys, remember this: the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one.